So we'll get started. If you guys want to open up the playlist, if you're following along, you can go ahead and start it now with the first song. And then I'm going to go ahead and mute you all. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. So fun to be able to guide you through your practice still. And we'll get started in Supta Baddha Konasana, lying on your mats. So come to your mat space. Then come to make your way all the way down to your backs. Bring your big toes to touch, your heels to touch, and then draw your knees out nice and wide. Start to place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And just close your eyes as you start to find this moment here of grounding. Start to allow yourself to become heavy here. As you feel the weight of the earth support you, start to root down a little deeper into your mat. Now start to bring some awareness to the body, to your breath. Are you holding on to any tension? Can you start to notice your heartbeat, the rise and fall of your belly as it expands and contracts with air? And how can you start to acknowledge these moments in your body without self-judgment? Just start to tune in to where you are in this most present version of yourself as you just stepped onto your mat. Friends, know that you're always welcome to set any intention that you choose to set for your practice. But I invite you today, as you start from right here, to practice the idea of leaving behind self-judgment. So in these times of uncertainty, in these times where you have to reflect, to pause and breathe, it's often the case that you can have experiences of self-judgment. In these moments where you're still and you feel like you need to always be moving, always doing something, can you set aside the judgment for you to just sit still? Maybe sitting on the couch a little longer, maybe watching that TV show, maybe staying in bed, but just without self-judgment, can you start to find this pause, start to connect to your breath, your stillness, your grounding? Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up with air. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful, team. One more deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Gently start to open your eyes. Bring some small movement in your wrists. Circle out your wrists and then start to close your knees together like a book. Draw your knees in towards your midline. Hug your knees in towards your chest. So grab for your shins, bring your knees in tight towards your belly, towards your chest. Then as you exhale, we'll find an easy supine twist. So goalpost your arms towards the mat. Then let both knees fall out towards the left side of the room. You want your knees fall to the left. Imagine your shoulder blades are glued to the earth so that you're twisting from your low spine. So as you let gravity do the work here, really peel your right shoulder to the mat. Now option to gaze up towards the sky or towards the right side of the room. As you inhale, come through center, hug both knees in towards your chest, neutralize your spine. And as you exhale, let your legs fall towards the right as you goalpost or to your arms. What feels good to you in your body? Feel this opening as you start to root down deeper through your shoulders. Bring your gaze towards the left or towards the ceiling. As you inhale, come through center, but bring your knees to stack over your hips this time. So we'll get started with our core workout. So start to bring your knees over your hips. You want your shins parallel towards the sky. Now start to press your hands into both of your thighs. So your right and left hand starts to press into your thighs. Create that traction here. Then start to lift your shoulders off of the mat slightly. So you want to lift your shoulders off of the mat. You want to press your hands into your thighs into your hands. You might get a little shaky here the more you press your hands, your palms into your thighs. Create that traction here to lift your shoulders. Then squeeze your belly button in towards your spine. We're here for 4. Lower your shoulders in 3. You got this team for 2. And 1, slowly release your shoulders down to the mat. We'll take that one more time, then we'll add on. So start to bring your palms back to your thighs if they're not there already. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift your shoulders, press your palms into your thighs into your palms to activate your low core. Now really lift your shoulders off the mat, point your toes towards the ceiling. Here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hold at the top this time in 3, 2, 1. Take a breath in. Then as you exhale, extend your palms and face them towards the front of the wall. So they're still pressing the wall away. You're still pressing as if you're pressing into your thighs. Then start to lift your shoulders a little higher as you extend your legs out long. Take this little hollow body hold variation. We're here for 8, 7, full body stretch in 6. You got this. 5, 4, right here with you. 3, 2, 1. Release down. Take a full body stretch. Reach your fingertips long overhead. Point your toes towards the front of the room. Beautiful job, team. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to hug your knees in towards your chest. Then start to rock and roll the length of your spine. We'll meet in a forearm plank at the front of your mat. So roll as much as you need. Come through your easy seat. Plant your hands and step back as you come to your forearm plank. We have just a little bit more belly core down to go. So you're staying on your forearms, your toes are to the mat. Breathe here, take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, dip your hips towards the right. So you're zipping your hips, you're keeping your torso square. This twist is coming from your oblique. As you inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the left. We take it center, right, keep your core engaged, center, left, here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold that center in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here at center, last 8, 7, 6. You got this, team. 5. Sphinx pose in 4. Lower your belly in 3, 2, 1. Release your belly down to the mat. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet root down to the earth. As you inhale, find Sphinx pose. Press into your forearms to lift your heart. Lift your gaze. Find this restorative back bend here as you feel this counter stretch through your core. Take a breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch your knees out wide. Start to sink your hips towards your heels. As you reach your fingertips out in front of you, then bring your forehead, your third eye towards the mat. Start to sink your sit bones a little closer to your heels. Then reach your fingertips 1 inch more in front of you as you feel this stretch through your shoulders. Note, team, that at any point of practice, you can always come to this child's pose to connect to your breath, or if you just need a little break, a little centering, grounding, know that you can practice the idea of setting aside self-judgment in this moment that you can come to connect in stillness and pause. Inhale, tabletop position, shift forward, come to all fours. So bring your knees directly under your hips, your shoulders under, your wrists rather, under your shoulders. Spread your knees, hips width distance apart. Send the crown of your head forward as you elongate through your spine. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze, smile your collarbones wide. Exhale, cat pose. Round through your shoulder blades and arch your back. Send the top of your head towards the mat as you push the earth away from you. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat. We'll take one more breath to movement. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, come to your tabletop position, flat back. And as you inhale, reach your right fingertips towards the front of the room. So bring your thumb towards the sky as you reach your right arm out in front of you. And as you exhale, send your left leg behind you to float in line with your hips. So you want your toes to face the mat to square out your hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee. Now bring your elbow under your belly here, under your midline, but continue to press the mat away with your left palm to lift your left shoulder. Hold here. Inhale, re-extend. Right fingertips reach long, left leg reaches back. Exhale, crunch and hold. 2 more. Slowly moving with control, keeping that core engagement. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, crunch back in. This time as you inhale, lengthen and hold. Option to stay here, or option for a quad stretch, so a revolved tabletop. So start to bend into your left foot, then with your right palm, start to grab for the top of your right foot. As you press your foot into your hand, start to rotate your left shoulder up towards the sky to peel your chest up as you find this twist. So you're finding a twist and a quad stretch. The more you press your foot into your hand, the more you can lift your knee off of the mat closer towards your hips. Take one more breath wherever you are. As you exhale, slowly come back to your tabletop, drop your right palm, then release your left knee to the earth. This time as you inhale, send your left arm forward, left fingertips reach forward, bring your thumb towards the sky. As you exhale, start to extend your right leg out along behind you, point your toes down towards the earth. Big breath in. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee and hold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch and hold. Really arch through your shoulder blades here as you press the earth away. Inhale, lengthen one last time. Exhale, crunch back in, elbow to knee. This time as you lengthen, pause and breathe. And as you exhale, find your revolved tabletop, so bend into your right foot. Always an option to stay in layer 1 or start to grow for the bind. Then start to peel your heart up towards the sky. Kick your foot into your hand into your foot. Lift your knee up towards the back of the room as you feel the stretch through your quad. Take a big breath in. Exhale, start to come back down. Drop your right knee to the mat. Release your left palm to the earth. As you inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, bear pose. Hovering tabletop, lift your knees just 1 to 2 inches off of the mat as you curl your fingers to protect your wrist. Claw the earth, bring your belly in, and then your elbows in towards your midline here. Activate through your biceps. Here for 3. Downward facing dog in 2. And 1 downward facing dog. Extend your hips high towards the sky. Spread your fingertips nice and wide as you lengthen through your spine. As you send your tailbone high, think working your heels closer towards the mat. Then press the mat away to melt your chest closer towards your thighs. Maybe you keep a bend today in your legs here to bring your chest a little closer to your thighs. Soften your gaze towards the back of the room. Breathe. As you inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Slowly tiptoe your feet towards the front of your mat to meet your wrists. So you're moving slowly with control as you bring your feet hips width distance apart. Then bend deep into both knees here. Drape your belly over your thighs. Shift your weight into your toes, then grab for alternate elbows. Start to rock from side to side. Maybe bend into one leg and then the other. What movement here feels good for you? Start to drop your head and neck. Maybe shake your head no, shake your head yes. Take one more breath here in stillness. As you exhale, start to release your fingertips down to the mat for this forward fold. So start to toe heel your feet back together. Bend into your legs a lot so that your fingertips are able to come to the earth. Then on your next breath in, slowly come to rise up to stand. Stack vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Your head is last to rise. Exhale, Samastitihi. Stand in attention. Draw your thumbs to heart center, then close your eyes. Team, I invite you to take this a moment here to honor this space, to honor your intention before we start to move. How can you practice non-self-judgment here in these moments for you, for others, to allow you to feel this freedom, the sense of connection to this present moment? Take a deep breath in, fill up with your intention, your courage. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. And as you inhale one last time, fill up with the courage. Open mouth, exhale, let anything else go that stands in your way. Nice job, friends. Start to open your eyes. Let's get started. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Reach your fingertips overhead. Breathe here. So spiral your pinkies in here as you relax your shoulders down your back. Then really glue your heels to the earth as you expand through your quads to lift your pelvis, lift your chest higher. Nice job. Take a big breath in. Exhale, side bend to the right. So drop your right palm, and then I want you to press the earth away with your palm as we did in core. So this time your palm's facing down. Then extend your left fingertips overhead. So on this side, it'll kind of look like this. You're pressing the earth down, then you're reaching your biceps by your ears and reaching towards the opposite side of the room. Feel the stretch through your side body. Inhale, come through center, extended mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the left. Drop your left palm, then reach your right fingertips. So right bicep comes by your ear. You can gaze up towards your fingertips. Continue to square your hips and root down through both heels. You want the weight to be in both of your feet. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Come up through center. Exhale, bring your palms together and take a little baby back bend with your straight arms. So bring your palms together in prayer, then start to shift your pelvis just a little bit forward, your hips come forward. You can bring your gaze towards your thumb towards the sky as you slightly lift your heart up towards the sky. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can come right through heart center, then reach towards the mat. Keep a generous bend in both of your legs here. Feel this opening through your hamstrings as you start to come onto the tips of your fingers. Inhale, high, halfway lift. Draw your palms to your thighs just above your knees. Now think flat back. So bring your tailbone back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, then send the crown of your head forward. Bring your gaze down towards the sky to create this flat back in your spine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands to the mat, step your feet back, pause here and hold. Find your strong foundation here. Bring your shoulders right over your wrists. Come onto your toes of your back foot, but start to work your back heels towards the back of the room to feel this opening through your quads. As you inhale, start to hinge forward. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly with control. Bring your elbows in towards your mid-body as you slowly lower. Flip your feet, the tops of your feet into the mat. Zipper your thighs together. Inhale, baby cobra. Bringing your palms into the earth with little to no weight as you lift your heart. Breathe. Squeeze your shoulder blades around them behind you. Think up dog as you start to press your feet into the earth. Small sips of air. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release back down. Bring your shin to the mat. Start to uncurl your toes. Inhale, high plank. Press your way up or come to your tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips back towards the ceiling. We'll start to go a little faster here, but listen for the change. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Root to rise, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Reach your right fingertips down and your palm faces down, left fingertips over. Inhale, come through center, extended mountain pose. Exhale, twist to the left. Drop your left palm. Reach your right fingertips overhead. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Bring your palms together overhead. Exhale, baby back bend with your prayer grip. So start to bring your biceps closer to your ears. Send your hips forward. Lift your heart. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold right down. Bring your thumbs through heart center. Inhale, high, halfway lift. Bring your palms to your thighs. Flat back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low. Plank this time. So bring your palms to the earth. Step back. Shift forward. Then bring your elbows in towards your side body as you lower down halfway. Hover here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your kneecaps. Lift your heart. Straighten out your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high towards the sky. Friends, know that you can take any variation we've done. Maybe cobra, child's pose, or come right to downward facing dog if you need a little rest. There's no judgment. Stay here. Stay with your breath. We'll start to flow one breath to one movement. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, come through, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, extended mountain pose, bring your palms together overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, come right back down. Inhale, high, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step back, move through your flow. We'll take one more round of flow, friends. Once you've made your way to your downward facing dog, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folds. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Bring your palms together overhead in prayer. Exhale, baby back. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, thumbs through heart center. Inhale, high, halfway lift, hands come to your thighs. Exhale, chaturanga, nice job, team, high to low, plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll add on. As you inhale, lift your right leg high towards the sky, three-legged dog. So point your toes down to square your hips. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Start to draw your knee in towards your nose as you round your shoulders. So think cat spine as you press the earth away. Inhale, lengthen your leg high, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot in between your hand and pause. Now, how can you stay here in this moment of stillness? Can you come onto your fingertips a little more, little to no weight in your fingertips as you really power up through your core to lift your belly off of your thigh. Listen here, inhale, extended crescent lunge. So reach your fingertips forward as you lift your torso. So your fingertips are reaching towards the front of the room. You're in this high crescent lunge variation with your fingertips reaching forward. So you're committing to that bend in your front leg. You're lifted on your back heel. Maybe you keep a little bend in your back knee. Big movement coming here. Start to ground down through your right heel. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose with airplane arms. So start to shift forward. Lift your left knee in line with your hip, but then reach your fingertips behind you. So rather than your fingertips coming overhead, start to reach back. And maybe you think cat-like spine as you start to arch your shoulder blades, and then send the fingertips towards the back of the mat. So you can choose here. Maybe you really arch your shoulder blades a lot, think really cat-like spine here, or maybe you stay lifted through your torso. But really recruit the muscles here of your left thigh, your left quads, to lift your knee high in line with your hip. Then flex your toes and then find your focus to allow you to balance. Breathe here. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Inhale, chair pose. Bring your left foot to the mat, then reach your fingertips overhead. Sink low into your seat here. So draw your tailbone down, shift your pelvis forward. Shift the weight into your heels. Your toes may even lift off of the mat. And start to sink your sit bones back. So you can see all 10 toes, your knees over your heels. Draw your biceps close towards your ears. Lift your heart. Take another big breath in. Exhale, draw your thumbs to heart center. As you inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. So bring your left elbow towards your outside of your right knee. Now I want you to bring your knees in one line of energy here, so you're squaring your hips. Then press into your palms, so there's also one line of energy from your elbows as you twist a little deeper from your torso. You got this. Connect to your breath. Big movement coming. Start to ground down through your right heel. Then start to bend with control into your left knee. Then step back to your revolved crescent lunge slowly with control. So you might even float here in this warrior 3 variation and then start to bring your left toes towards the mat. You continue to twist here. Always an option, friends, to drop down to your knee if you need a little support, or stay lifted through your back knee. Really press into your palms, lift your torso. Take a big breath in. Exhale, double lunge to center. Rise your torso up, keep your thumbs at heart center. So you're still in prayer. You're in this double lunge at center, so bend into your back knee a lot. Your left knee is hovering. Your right knee is still bent. Inhale, star pose towards the left. Bring your heels and your toes out, then reach your fingertips towards opposite sides of the wall and breathe. Really expand through your heart. As your heels come in, your toes come out, really ground them through your heels. Take a big breath in. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front of the room. Bend into your front leg. Your knee is over your heel. Your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Your back foot's parallel, and you're really pressing into the knife edge of your back foot to fire up through your back leg. Then as you bend deep into your front leg, energetically reach for both sides of the room. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Soften your gaze. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten out your front leg. Reach up and back. Pause and breathe. So think squaring your hips towards the left side of the room. As you reach up, expand through your heart. So lift your chest. Lift up, up, and then back. As you commit to the space in your side body, cultivate that space through your breath. One more deep breath in as you reach 1 inch taller. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Bring out your right foot and step back to your high plank. Option for your ekapada chaturanga by lifting your right leg and then lowering down. Then you come to your normal up dog and then downward facing dog. Take any variations here that allow you to feel supported. We'll take this on the other side, team. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. And make that connection as you round your shoulder blades, press the earth away. Inhale, reach your left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, runner's lunge softly with control. Step through, bring your heel first, then your toes to the mat. Stay here for just a moment. Really come onto those fingertips. Lift your belly off of your thigh. Inhale, extended crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips out in front of you. Pause here so your biceps are by your ears. Your fingertips are reaching forward. You're flexing your back heel towards the back of the room here as you bend deeper into your front leg and sit lower. Ground down through your left heel. Inhale, 1-legged mountain pose with airplane arms. Option 2, arch your shoulders here in a cat-like spine as you bring your knee in towards your hip. Bring your fingertips a little higher here as you feel the stretch through your shoulder blades. And then start to continue to lift your heart if you're arching through your shoulders. Flex your toes. Really activate your thigh of your right leg here to bring your right knee in line with your hip. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, chair pose, sink your right heel to meet your left, then reach your fingertips overhead. Can you sink 1 inch lower into your seat? Can you maybe sink lower into your heels to lift your toes? Sit nice and back, sit deep. Feel this connection through your thighs as they start to light up. Then start to root down to your heels and think tearing the mat apart with your heels to turn on your outer hips. Big breath in. Exhale, draw your thumbs to heart center. Inhale, puff up through your chest. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Press deep into your palms. Square your hips as you bring your knees in one line here. Then I want you to bring your tailbone down towards your knees. So really sit nice and low here, you can. Now start to stabilize through your left foot. Start to bend into your right knee. Inhale, lift your right leg high, hover here. Exhale, step your right toes back with control. Use your core stability here, revolved crescent lunge. So now we're in our revolved crescent lunge, we're still in the twist. Maybe you drop down to your back knee, or maybe you stay lifted. This is your journey. Take one more breath in. Exhale, double lunge to center. Start to bring your thumbs to heart center. Bend deep into both knees. So your back knee is really hovering here. Rotate your right hip forward, your left hip back. You'll feel that stretch through your right quad as you sit 1 inch lower. Inhale, star pose towards the right. Bring your heels and your toes out. Reach your fingertips overhead. Burst, open, and breathe. Can you lift your heart? Can you connect back to your breath? Stay for the inhale. Exhale, warrior 2 towards the front. Bend into your front leg rather. Bend deep as you start to really press into your back foot. Now rotate your front knee to the pinky edge side of your front foot, allowing you to open up through your front hip. Breathe here in your stillness. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Breathe into that space through your side body. Start to reach up. Think of lifting up rather than jumping down. And as you start to expand through your side body, allow yourself to shift your pelvis towards the right side of the room, which will allow you to reach up a little bit taller. Take one more breath in. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. Cartwheel your hands to frame out your left foot, step back. Move through your flow option for your left leg lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Team will flow. One breath, 2, 1 movement, then we'll get a little break here. So stay with me, stay with your breath. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step your foot softly in between your hands. Inhale, extended crescent lunge, fingertips reach forward. Ground down through your right foot. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose, left leg high, fingertips reach back in your airplane variation. Inhale, chair pose, sink your heels, lift your fingertips. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Draw your thumbs to heart center, hook your left elbow to your right knee. Stabilize through your right foot, bend into your left knee. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Reach your left toes to the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, double lunge, rise your torso, come through center, bend into both knees. Inhale, star pose, burst open towards the left. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga. Plant your hands to the mat, step back through your plank variation. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. We got one more set. You got this. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, curl and round. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step through. Inhale, extended crescent lunge. Exhale, one-legged mountain pose, airplane arms, reach your right knee high, fingertips reach back. Inhale, chair pose, sink your heels, lift your fingertips. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Draw your thumbs to heart center, hook right elbow to left knee. Ground down through your left leg, bend into your right knee. As you exhale, step back, revolved crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, double lunge to center, bend into both knees. Inhale, star pose towards the right. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, high to low plank chaturanga. You got this, friends. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, gaze halfway up your mat. Exhale, drop down to your knees. Option to towel off, grab some water. This is your break. I'll keep you guys muted, but how's everyone doing? Thumbs up if anyone has anything, you can always unmute yourselves, but for music, I just want to keep things going. Awesome. So take what you need in this moment. Maybe that's a quick water break, maybe that's a quick child's pose. We'll start to add on a little bit. So in a few breaths, we'll come back to downward facing dog. We'll be in downward facing dog in 4. Take your time together here. 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna move through each side one more time, but we're gonna pause for some little changes. So stay with me. Stay with your focus as you inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring your knee to nose and pause here. Bring your knee towards your nose, then bring it towards your right elbow. Bring it towards your nose as you inhale. As you exhale, draw it towards your elbow. So bring it to knee, then elbow, knee, then elbow. You're taking your runner's lunge in 4. Stepping forward with your right foot in 3. Nice control team for 2. And 1 step right forward to your runner's lunge. Nice core engagement here. Stay firm through your foundation. Inhale, extended crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips overhead. As you exhale, find your one-legged mountain pose. Launch forward, reach your fingertips back in your crescent, in your airplane variation. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your left heel, sink low. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Left elbow hooks to right knee. Thumbs come to heart center. We'll keep flowing here until we change. So start to ground down through your right heel, bend to your left knee, step back, revolved crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, double lunge comes to center. Inhale, star pose. Listen for the change. Exhale, goddess squat. Horse squat rather. So we'll draw our thumbs to heart center. Bring your heels and your toes out, sink low into your seat. Then as you inhale, start to lift both heels off of the mat. Can you challenge yourself here as you engage through your thighs to sink 1 inch lower? Here for 4. Star pose in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, star pose, sink your heels, lift your fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, warrior 2. We've been here before. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg, reach up and back. We'll pause here for just a moment. Connect to that breath, that power. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, rotating towards the left. So bring your top fingertips, create that circle, that 360-degree circle towards the back of the room. Then spiral down towards the left side of the room as you drop your fingertips below your head. Start to pivot your toes to face that left side of your room as you shift your weight into your toes. Start to fold a little deeper through the crown of your head. Maybe play around with your stance here, bringing your feet in or wider. Taking this time here to be playful, to connect to this pause. Take a big breath in as you gaze towards the front of your mat. Exhale, lizard lunge towards the front. So start to rotate your feet towards the front of the room as you bring your palms to the inside of your right foot. So both palms come to the inside of your right foot. All of your toes are now facing forward as your hips and your body is facing towards the front of the room. Now start to rotate your foot, toe heel it towards the right edge of the mat. Option to stay lifted here. I encourage you to really tap into that power to stay lifted through your palms and your back knee. Or if you'd like to focus more on the hip opener, start to bend into your knee, bring your knee to the mat, then maybe you come deeper to your forearms. Wherever you are, we're here for just a breath or two, so connect here. Give yourself full permission to just be right where you are. We're here for 3. High plank in 2. And 1 step back to your high plank as you exhale. Take a big breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low plank. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We got 1 more side of this and then we'll start to move on. Inhale, lift your left leg high.
Exhale, left knee to nose, hold here. We take it to our nose, then towards your elbow. Nose, then elbow, really creating this like half elevator here. From side to side, we're here for 4. Runner's lunge in 3, breathe. Your open mouth exhales for 2. And 1, runner's lunge, step through with grace, with control. Inhale, extended crescent lunge, rise up, root through your foundation, reach your fingertips forward, biceps by your ears. Inhale, one-legged mountain pose with airplane arms. Lift your right knee in line with your hip and flex your fingertips back. Breath out. Inhale, chair pose. Start to sink both heels. Sit in your seat, reach your fingertips overhead. Exhale, thumbs come to heart center, prayer twist towards the left. Right elbow hooks to the outside of your left knee. Start to bend into your right leg with control, step back. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, double lunge finds us at center. Lift your torso, bend deep into both legs. Inhale, star pose towards the right. First open towards the right. As you exhale, come to your goddess, your horse squat. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Bring your heels and your toes out. As you inhale, lift both heels. As you exhale, we'll pulse here. Take small movements, adding on. So pulse your hips down and up. Little movements here as you fire up and light up through your inner thighs. You got this here for 3. Star pose in 2. And 1, inhale, star pose, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2, we've been here before. Inhale, reverse triangle. We'll find our next pause. We reach up and breathe. Take another breath in. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Rotate your top fingertips towards the back of the room and then towards the right side of the room. Create this circular motion here, which will find you towards the right as you start to fold in your wide-legged forward fold. Really shift forward into your toes and onto your heels. Feel the stretch from the back of your legs. Take this time for you. What's calling for you in your practice? We're here for 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale as you gaze towards the top of your mat. Exhale, lizard lunge. Walk your hands to the inside of your left foot, this time toe heel your left foot. Now start to notice which each side of your body has to offer here. So show compassion here. If this side may be a little tighter, maybe a little different, honor what each side chooses to show up in this moment. Take any variation here. We'll be back in a high plank in 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, high plank, step back. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move on. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot in between your hands softly. Beautiful. Now drop your back knee to the earth. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, low lunge. Anjaneyasana, reach your fingertips overhead. Pause and breathe. Really rotate your left hip forward, your right hip back. Feel that stretch through your left psoas. As you continue to lift your heart, then expand through your fingertips. Take a breath in. Exhale, baby back bend. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. Lift your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Send your pelvis a little bit forward as you bring your gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, low lunge, reach up. Exhale, half split. Straighten out your right leg. Come onto that heel, flex your toes. Drop your fingertips to frame out your front quad. Bend enough into your right leg that you need that support, but then really lift up through your hips. So you don't want to sink into your hips. Start to flex your toes towards your hips. Feel this opening. Send your breath to these areas of tension. Take 1 more breath in. As you exhale, start to bend into your front leg. Keep your palms planted to the mat, framing out your right foot. Uncurl your back toes. Inhale, standing split. Launch forward onto your right toes as you lift your left leg off of the mat. So keep your hips squared by once again bringing your pinky edge side of your left foot down. Lower your left hip in line with your right. Bend enough into your front standing leg here so that your fingertips are supported on the earth. Take a big breath in. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your back toes to the mat, then lift your torso as you reach your fingertips behind you. Think flying in midair. Bring your chest parallel towards the mat. Send the crown of your head forward as you reach your fingertips back for a shoulder stretch. Take a breath in. Breath out, sink 1 inch lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, twisted T, open arm twist. So send your left fingertips forward, reach your right fingertips back in your crescent lunge open arm twist. So all you have to do here is really send your left fingertips forward, then lift your heart. Your right fingertips are already reaching back, but continue to reach forward and back here to feel this length, to feel this connection through your shoulder blades. Inhale, exalted warrior. Drop your back fingertips towards the back of your left thigh. Commit to that bend into your front leg as you reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bring your gaze up towards the sky. Nice, team. Take another breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge to the front. Cartwheel your hands to frame out your right foot. So you're sitting here in your runner's lunge. Ground down through your left palm. Inhale, easy twist. Reach your right fingertips towards the sky. Bring your gaze to follow. So you're bringing your torso up and you're twisting. Feel this connection here through your outer hip flexor. Take another breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Come onto the knife edge of both of your feet. Come onto your heels. Bring your toes towards the right. Then start to reach with your right fingertips towards the back of the room as you lift your hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your hips towards the mat. Then as you inhale, lift back up. We'll take small pulses. So exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower, inhale to lift. Always an option to stay lifted. We're here for 4. Side plank in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, side plank. Stack your heels. Option here for supported side plank by dropping down your back knee or rooting down through both heels to lift your hips, claw the earth away. Take a breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga, come through your high plank. Move through your flow. You got this, friends. We have one more side and then we'll start to cool it down. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step through. Drop your back knee. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana, pause. Really reach up, lift your heart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, baby back bend, goal post your arms, lift your heart, lift your gaze and your hips forward. Inhale, low lunge, come through, center. Exhale, half split, straighten out your left leg, come onto that heel, flex your toes. Feel that stretch to the back of your quad. Continue to lift your hips. Now maybe you grab for your leg here. That feels nice for you to grab for your calf as you stay lifted. Or bend into your leg a lot to reach your fingertips to frame your quad. Point your toes in towards your face. Power up through your heel. Take one more breath in. Exhale, start to bend into your front leg, then frame out your left foot. Uncurl your back toes. Inhale, standing split, launch forward, lift your right leg off of the mat. Once again, can you start to drop your right hip in line with your left, but continue to root down through your left heel. Bend enough, honor that space in your left leg as you bend deep to frame out your front foot. Recruit the muscles of your back glute to lift your right leg 1 inch higher. Take another breath in. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Float your toes to the mat first, then reach your fingertips back, lift your heart. Squeeze shoulder blades, reach back. Take a big breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Your left fingertips are already reaching back. Send your right fingertips forward. Continue to lift and twist your torso towards the left. Your hips are still squared. Commit to that bend into your front knee and then bend a little deeper into your back leg here to bring your heel closer towards the back of the wall. Take a breath out. Inhale, exalted warrior. Drop your left fingertips towards the back of your right thigh. Reach your right fingertips overhead. You're still squaring your hips. You're lifting your heart up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge to the front of the room. Drop your hands to frame out your left foot. Come right back down. Then root down through your right palm. Inhale, easy twist. Lift your left fingertips high towards the ceiling. Bring your knee in towards your right elbow here, so that your hips are remaining square towards the front of the room. Take a big breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Reach your toes this time towards the left. Lift your hips. Reach back towards the back of the room as you bring your gaze towards the back wall. You've been here before. Last little bit, team. One more breath in. Exhale, pulse down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, pulse hips down. We lift, lower. Inhale, exhale, heel for 3. Side plank in 2. And 1, inhale, side plank. Ground down through your right palm. Root down through both heels as you lift your hips. Last little bit here for 4. Chaturanga in 3, 2, 1. High to low plank, chaturanga, plant your hands. Move through your flow. Last chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, gaze halfway up your mat. Exhale, drop down to your knees. Come to find a seat on your mat. Maybe take a quick water break. We'll come to lie all the way on your backs. Start to cool it down, team. Such amazing work this morning. So when you are ready, start to make your way all the way down to your back. Maybe you give yourself a nice hug, bring your knees in towards your chest, rock from side to side. Then bring your knees to stack over your hips. Take a big breath in, to lengthen. Exhale, supine figure 4 on the right. Cross your right heel over your left thigh. Then interlace your fingers behind your left thigh as you draw your left knee in towards your face. Press your heel in towards your thigh and then your thigh in towards your heel to rotate your hip flexors as you square your hips. Continue to flex your toes. Root down through your shoulders. Maybe you soften your gaze or close your eyes as you breathe into this opening of your head. Into your breath, start to notice how you might have felt a little different than you stepped onto your mat. Notice your heartbeat, bring awareness to your natural breath. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, start to release. Goalpost your arm. Keep your supine figure 4. So your right heel is still crossed over. Let both legs fall towards the left for a figure 4 supine twist. So you're in your supine on the right, but you're letting your legs fall towards the left. You're bringing your shoulders to the earth. You're continuing to press your heel in towards your thigh. But suction cup your upper back to the earth as you bring your gaze towards the sky or towards the right side of the room. As you inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. We'll pause at the center here. And as you exhale, start to bring your feet into the mat. So the heels of your feet come into the earth. Bend into your knees. Then let your arms fall long by your side, preparing for bridge pose. So start to walk your heels in towards your fingertips. As you let all the air leave your body, bring your knees over your hips. Inhale, bridge pose. Root down through your heels first, then lift your hips, engage your belly, then squeeze your thighs together. Perhaps you round your shoulder blades behind you. Interlace your fingers as you lift up through your heart. Maybe your toes even lift off of the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, release down segmentally, upper, middle, lower, back to the earth. Now, friends, option here for a back bend of your choice. So maybe that's bridge. Maybe that's a restorative bridge for just a moment, or maybe that's a wheel pose. So take a breath in, exhale, bridge or wheel pose. Lift up once again, lift your hips. If you're coming into wheel, bring your palms by your face, elbows in, and then press up on the crown of your head first and lift your heart. And then when you come back, come right back in the way you came. We're here for 4. Slowly make your way back in 3, 2, One, gently start to make your way back down to the mat. Inhale, hug your knees back in towards your chest. Bring your knees over your hips and find supine figure 4 on the left. Cross your left heel over your right thigh. Start to interlace your fingers and bring your right knee in a little closer in towards your chest. Those opening through your hips. Really press your heel in, rotate your knee out towards the left. Take a breath in. Exhale, supine twist. With your figure 4, let your legs fall towards the right. Bring your heel towards the mat. Really rotate your shoulders into the earth as you rotate your left hip closer towards the mat. As you inhale, bring your knees back into center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Exhale, happy baby pose. Grab for the inside or outside arches of your feet or your ankles. Send your heels and the soles of your feet out wide. Bring your knees out wide as you maybe rock from side to side on your low back. One more breath in. Exhale, gently release the bind and then draw your knees into your chest one last time. Give yourself the tightest hug you've given yourself all day. So wrap your forearms around your shins. Bring your knees in towards your lips. Maybe you lift your shoulders. Smile nice and wide so the corners of your mouth come to your ears. Squeeze your face. Squeeze every muscle in your body as you take one last deep breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Come to lie all the way down onto your mat. Let your legs and arms fall long and heavy. Feel this connection to the earth as you melt into your mat. And start to tap into those spaces between your thoughts. Those moments of silence, of stillness, of present that will allow you to feel connected. I will call you out when it is time. Friends, when you're ready, and only when you are ready, gently start to invite yourself back into this space. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, circle your wrists and your ankles. And as you inhale, reach your fingertips long overhead. Take a nice good morning stretch. Feel the length through your spine. As you exhale, roll onto your favorite side in a fetal pose. So come to rest on your side. Bring your forearms as a pillow as you close your eyes. Find this moment here in gratitude to thank yourself for showing up to this space. To thank each person here for being part of your community, your tribe. Take one final breath in.
You exhale, slowly start to press your way up to an easy seat, Sukhasana. And then draw your thumbs to heart center. So cross your legs over one another, sit nice and tall. Draw your thumbs to heart center as you close your eyes. Friends, we'll take 2 breaths here all together to seal out our practice. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One last breath, deep inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Friends, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. It's always an honor to be able to join you in this space. We draw our thumbs to our third eye, the space between our eyebrows, a seat of intuition, of love, of hope. Know that the light, the student, the teacher in me, honors, loves, and sees the light, the student, the teacher in each and every one of you. From my heart to yours, we bow and say, Namaste.
Namaste, Michael.
Thank you guys so much. I want to give a special shout out to our guest of Rochester, New York. We have a birthday, Ali Gala. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
And thank you guys so much
That
for
was
joining.
awesome.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you have any questions or feedback about anything, always let me know. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Get outside, enjoy the weather.
Thank you.
I love you, deeply.
Love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye, babe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.